Hola amigos y amigas, soy yo Juliana y estamos en la clase de español. Now that you have created your Viva account, we're going to take a quick look at some of the features that we're going to be using in the Vista Higher Learning site. We are still having our course inside of Moodle, but we're going to take advantage of the Vista Higher Learning site's resources along the way for assignments and tutorials and practice study. So once you log in, or I should say once I log in, I come to the instructor homepage. And up here is where I find my courses, which I've clicked on, and here's our Spanish 101 online course showing. There will be a roster of students showing, but it's also going to be in Moodle, so I wouldn't even worry about that at this point. The thing that we'll be looking at mostly are assignments for now, and hopefully we'll be able to use some of the voice board components and the Wimba Pronto. Now the Wimba Pronto is a tab which we will see in a moment, which contains our workbook and our lab manual all online. So there will be assignments from that rather than having a paper workbook and paper lab manual. I chose to have a paper textbook as well as a vText or video text online to make it easier for those students who really need to have a book to study from. So when we get to the main site, what you will do as a student is to click here on the right hand side, Preview Student Site. And this is where all of your work will be done. I will post upcoming assignments here. They will also be showing up on your Moodle shell. What I want you to see though today is what the vText is about and our various tabs here that we're going to be using. So the first, and I think probably the best tab for you overall in this course, is one that isn't graded. It's called Tutorials. And when I click on Tutorials, what shows up is strictly a group of lessons for you, the student, to use as extra practice. For example, our lesson number 1, lección número 1, hola, ¿qué tal? If you click on that, you'll notice that there are flashcards available to be made, which are great for use in class. There will be a tutorial 1, which will contain
listen and repeat each word or expression after it's pronounced.
Which will contain audio presentations of all of the material that's in our preparation and grammar sections. Another tutorial.
Listen and repeat each word or expression after it's pronounced.
Which again has common expressions which you can repeat over and over and over again from our beginning pages, as you'll see. Then as we go down further, there will be a page of possible conversations.
Patricia, este es el señor Perales. Encantada.
Igualmente. ¿De dónde es usted?
These are things to practice once we learn greetings and goodbyes. And at the bottom there's even a crucigrama, or a crossword puzzle, that you can do just for fun to practice. So then as we go along from grammar, which is preparación, and preparación is the first content and conversations. Then there's the Spanish alphabet, which you can click on and go through letter by letter to pronounce. And then as we get further into our lesson, there'll be grammar, numbers, starting with verbs, telling time, and so on, down to the end of our first lesson. So this tutorial tab is indispensable for you. It's just a great tool, and you can use it endlessly. This tab, the practice tab, is what you will be clicking on to get assignments. And as we go along and I introduce the book in lesson 1, we'll go through this again, and I'll show you how to use it another time. So, for example, if I assign this particular exercise, okay, it's going to show up over here. It's also going to show up in Moodle. But you would come into the practice tab, and it asks you what to do. Listen to each conversation and indicate what you hear. Is it logical, or illogical? And by the time we get to this point, you'll be able to make a choice and then submit your exercise. And I'm going to give everyone 5 attempts to complete this activity. Okay, and then the activity, once you submit it, goes to the gradebook. It will also be going to the Moodle gradebook. So that's where the main essence of our course will be, is in Moodle. These are really tabs for your assignments. Then as we go into maybe a second exercise I will choose for you to do. And as we'll learn shortly, the icons of the microphones indicate that it's a listening exercise, and this little mouse indicates that it is on the super site as well as in your textbook. Okay. And the page number in the textbook is 4 on this one, and 4. These are not from within the textbook, and I may pick 1 or 2 of those depending on what I feel is important. And then as we go along in our lesson and we do our pronunciation section, you'll see the little practica. I might pick this exercise because the little recorder or microphone indicates that it is a recording exercise, which you will do. And the little icon here, little person, means that I will grade it personally rather than having it computer graded. So as we go along in each lesson, I will pick an activity, and let's just pick this one, and I'll show you how it works here. Okay, this is for your side. Okay, let me get back to my side, and I'll show you how that works. The WebSam, okay, is new for us this year. This is going to provide our workbook and the lab manual. Here's our workbook online, and I will pick various exercises to do in conjunction with what we're working on, and in the lab manual. And the lab manual is so important because, again, it's listening and recording, which are so essential in an online language course. The other main tab that you're going to be using, and that I will show you in the next recording, is our vText. That means that our textbook is completely online, as well as you're having a paper copy. And I'll show you in the next video how the book is structured, a little bit from the table of contents. Okay. So this is a very basic outline of the Viva SuperSite. And as I said, we're not going to be using all of its features, because we're going to also be transferring our gradebook into Moodle and the results of our assignments. So gracias y nos vemos. Adiós.